Okay, part 3. You might want to spread these out over a couple of days because there's going to be a part 4 and possibly a part 5 yet. Coconut cake. I really like this. I like Victoria's coconut scent. And I believe this is yellow cake. I say that because, as I've mentioned in the past, I do get almost a slight lemony scent from her yellow cake. And I am picking up on something that smells slightly lemony in here. So I'm assuming it's from the cake portion. So that smells really good. Pink cherry blossom. Now, I thought I had ordered this in my last order, but I searched high and low and I could not find it. So I ordered it again. And sure enough, I found the one that I had ordered under the couch where Emma had hidden it. This is really, really lovely. It's perfumey from the pink sugar portion of it, sweet from the pink sugar portion of it, but then you also get that really nice feminine floral note from the cherry blossom, which happens to be cherry blossom on its own happens to be a scent from Victoria that I very much enjoy, so I know I'm going to really love that combination. Spiced pumpkin chutney has been talked about a lot on the CBVAU page recently because everybody is in the process of ordering fall scents, and I can really understand why this one is loved so much. Cold, it smells a lot like pumpkin pralines to me, but without that buttery scent. So it's very sweet. There's something very sweet in here. Not sweet like overpoweringly, sticky sweet. It's almost got, I'm getting a little bit of, to me, what smells slightly marshmallowy out of it. Cinnamon coffee, one of my all-time favorite scents for fall. If you want to know what Farmhouse Gathering smells like, and that one's generally talked about a lot as well during the autumn season, and can only be ordered in the Coffee Cup Cutie. So if you're kind of thinking about getting that one, but you hesitate because you don't know if you want to commit to that size candle, try this. Farmhouse Gathering is a creative scent that I came up with last year before I had tried cinnamon coffee, and is a combination of coffee bean and country bumpkin. And it does, cinnamon coffee smells very, very similar to that. So I love this one so much. Applejack and orange peel. I'm a bit surprised by because I did not necessarily think I was going to like this one. Even though I love apple scents and I love orange scents, I really wasn't sure because I hadn't heard the best of reviews on this one. Maybe I was just watching the wrong reviews. I get more of a orange zest type note, which I suppose is why it says orange peel and not orange juice. And then there are some spices in there. And that made me hesitate a little bit too because I don't like the combination of, excuse me, I believe it's orange and clove. Just does not work for my nose. Clove isn't a scent I'm head over heels in love with anyway. Blueberry Martini is a combination of Blueberry Patch and Fizzy Pop, and is really, really good. This is, to my way of thinking, is definitely more of a summertime scent. Fizzy Pop is very sweet. Blueberry Patch is a semi-sweet scent. And combined, they work beautifully together, as do any of the fruit type scents that are combined with Fizzy Pop. As I said before, I am more of a seasonal melter. I guess it's a good thing I am such a bakery lover, considering the fact that our winters are anywhere from 6 to 7 months long on average. Not winters, but the cold season. Generally starts sometime in September, as for instance, last night We were one of the coldest places in the nation. There was only one other place, and it was somewhere in Alaska that was colder than what it was here in the Northwoods. So anyway, our cold weather months can generally last anywhere from September through, they could last into May. Definitely throughout April. So, as I said, it's a good thing that I love bakery scents as much as I do. Blackberry butter jam cookie. Did I review this one already? I maybe did, maybe I didn't. I couldn't remember if Kathy had sent me this one. I knew I had ordered it. And this is wonderful. I love Victoria's blackberry scent. I like the cookie portion of this that I'm smelling. It smells more like a sugar cookie. And then it's very buttery smelling. So, sugar cookie, shortbread cookie, whichever smells more buttery to you, that's what that smells like. That's delicious. Zucchini pumpkin bread is another of my fall favorites. This is so good. Earthy pumpkin, again with the cinnamon, again with the nuttiness from the zucchini bread. Slightly different than Granny's apron. There is enough of a difference in those that I like them both equally. They smell similar, but not enough where I would disregard one over the other. French crumb cake. I know this is one of Ashton's favorites. I have not had this in a very long time, but it is really, really good. I get the cakiness. I get almond. It almost smells like, now that I'm smelling it, I couldn't think of what it was before. If you've ever had one of those Auntie Annie's almond pretzels from the mall, that's what this smells like to me. And it's making me very hungry because I love those pretzels. Apple Butter Festival, if I remember correctly, Tina Kalin. What the heck? Kayla Eden came up with this one last year, I think. And I'm sorry, I don't remember what's in here. I think there might be leaves type in here, but I don't remember what the apple portion of it is. I do get almost a dried leaf type smell. Seriously, it's been a long day. It smells like, you know, when you're walking in the woods in the fall and dried leaves crunching under your feet, or almost like a sweet tobacco. And then the apple in combination with that. So that one is nice. I'm looking forward to melting that one. Banana fritters. I guess I was looking at this at the same time I was looking at this when I said Tina Kalin, or whatever the heck I said. Because banana fritters is a scent that was created by Tina and Kayla, her daughter, a few years ago, and is a combination of bananas and cinnamon donut. I don't remember if I've had this one before. I don't think I have, because I wasn't sure how banana and cinnamon would intermingle, but they work wonderfully together. I can't wait to melt this. It is so, so good. And another one of those scents that smells so yummy that you just literally want to take a bite out of that wax. And spearmint, I've said before that I prefer spearmint over peppermint because it's much sweeter, and it is. This smells just like a stick of spearmint gum. And I apologize for my dogs. The neighbor dog is patrolling our fence line. He kind of runs at will, so that's what they're barking at. I don't remember what time I started this. That's typical for me. Okay, I'm just going to move on to the rest of my fall favorites and hope that I have enough time to get through them. Cinnamon raisin bread, you've all heard me talk about this before. The first time I had it in a kettle candle. Again, I am not so much a burner. I like the ambiance of a candle, but I prefer the throw from scent shots or melts. So the first time I had this, it was in a much softer wax form, and I just scooped it. Cubes are obviously much harder, more like a scent shot, and these specifically are harder than like the scent shots now, because the formula for the scent shots has changed. They're a little bit softer now than they were when I had ordered this last year. And I actually prefer, and I don't know why they smell differently, but they do. I mean, I still love this, but I actually prefer the cinnamon razor bread in the softer wax form. Dewberry is one that was another huge surprise to me. Mulberry isn't a scent that I typically like. Going back to that store that Ashton and I worked at, you know, they'd get like holiday scented potpourris in. And mulberry was never one that I really liked, but it was always one of the strongest. I mean, you could smell it 3 aisles before you got to it. But this is a combination of a mulberry and honeydew melon, and is extremely wonderful. I don't know that it's necessarily what I would classify as a cold weather scent. I think that one could be used at any time of the year. I just put in one with the cold weather scents because it does have mulberry in it, and to me, mulberry is a Christmas scent. Lemon ginger snap pie, another that you've all heard me talk about. I love Victoria's lemon scents, and that ginger snap in there is spot on, and just makes this really wonderful crusty note. Pumpkin apple cinnamon again, I've already talked about that. Pumpkin cupcake is another that's being talked about like crazy on Victoria's pages, and is very, very, very good. The pumpkin is slightly spicy, but you do get a cakiness out of that. I really, really like this one. And I think this is another that would be an excellent mixer for anything that had apple in it, or any of the other fall scents that people seem to love. Some of these, I don't know. Granny's Apron, I've talked about already. Country Bumpkin, I kind of mentioned when I was talking about the fall gathering, or farmhouse gathering. Cutie. Country Bumpkin is another very, very spicy scent, but this one's, there's some sweetness in there that tones things down. But that is a red hot cinnamon in that one, in combination with other things. It almost has a little bit of a marshmallowy type sweetness to me. So coffee bean, the other half again of that scent, and to me, I honestly am so surprised by how much I love these scents, because I am not a coffee drinker. But this, I love the smell, especially like when you first open a fresh bag of, you know, coffee grounds or a can. That's exactly what this smells like that first little poof of air that comes out. So good. Rocky Mountain Christmas, this was a creative scent that someone came up with last year. I'm sorry, I don't remember who it was. Is a combination of sugared spruce and leaves type, I believe. And they work beautifully together. Leaves type was never something I cared for necessarily on its own. It was a little too earthy for me. I like the apple portion of it, but it was a little too earthy for me. But in combination with that sugared spruce, this will definitely be melted a lot during the Christmas season in this house. Sweet potato pie, no, I've had this one curing since April. Not that I needed to let it cure that long, but this is one of those, the longer you let it cure, the better it becomes. And it's one that I really, really like to melt, like around Thanksgiving time. It is so good. A lot of marshmallow in this one, so I really like that. Christmas memories, I can't get enough of this. I don't even know, I should have wrote down what was in here. I get a lot of fruit. It almost smells like if you've had Victoria's Cabernet scent, which is a combination of grape and strawberry, I believe. But then there's some spices in here and something else that I can't put my finger on. I don't know what it is. It smells a little bit like mulled cider to me, or I'm sorry, mulled wine. That's what I get out of this. And I cannot figure out what that other little portion is in there, but it is so good. That will be ordered in a room spray as soon as I am able. And lastly, Eskimo Kisses. This is a creative scent that I came up with, I don't know, 3 years ago, something like that. Yes, even my woodwick candle. I've lit it a few times, and then I love the popping noise, but I really like the throw that I get from tarts, or, you know, the melting, you know what I'm trying to say. I don't know what I'm trying to say, but I hope you know what I'm trying to say. Anyway, Eskimo Kisses is a combination of Vanilla Bean Noel and Spearmint, and it smells to me and Ashton just like spearmint taffy. Basically, if you've ever had the little round, they're kind of nougaty taffy type things at Christmas time. They're individually wrapped. They look like a peppermint disc on the outside, and they have the little green tree in the center. That's what Eskimo Kisses smells like. So, that's it for that. And now I've got to come back with a part, what is this now, 4? To tell you what I melted over the past 2 weeks. So, I'll see you in a little while. Bye.